You guys, welcome back to Britpol. It was Princess Eugenie's 36th birthday on March 23rd, but honestly, I don't think she was in the mood for cake or celebrations. What just leaked about the York ban has left me completely floored. I mean, can you even imagine? Beatrice and Eugenie, two women who have literally done nothing wrong, are now being officially iced out of the royal calendar. We are talking about a total coordinated blackout. I was shocked when I heard this, but the palace is essentially treating them like they're radioactive. They are paying the ultimate price for the scandals surrounding their parents, Andrew and Sarah, and it is getting brutal. But before we dive into the gritty details of the 8 major royal events they've been banned from just to protect the king's image, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell right now. You seriously need to stay looped in on this because the 2026 purge of the York family is moving way faster than anyone expected. You ready? Let's get into the first big snub. So, the first big hit on the calendar, Easter Sunday at Windsor. Now, if you're a long-time royal watcher, you know the walk to St. George's Chapel is a staple. It's usually the one time of year the entire extended family, Yorks included, puts on a united front for the cameras. But for 2026, it's looking like a total ghosting. I was literally floored when reports started surfacing that Beatrice and Eugenie have been strongly advised to sit this one out. I mean, can you imagine? They are often in Windsor for the occasion, it's practically their backyard, but this year the palace is terrified of the optics. Think about it. Just a few weeks ago, we saw the king leading the family for Commonwealth Day, and the sisters were nowhere to be found. The experts are saying that while they aren't working royals, their presence right now would draw all the wrong kind of attention. They're being told to keep a low profile and celebrate privately, just so the headlines stay on the king and not the latest Epstein file dump. It's going to be incredibly strange to see that royal walk without them, and honestly, it's a clear signal that the protection they used to enjoy under the Queen is officially a thing of the past. Now, this is the one that reportedly hit the hardest. I was told that Princess Beatrice was completely blindsided when she found out they aren't allowed at Royal Ascot this June. I mean, can you imagine? For these sisters, Ascot isn't just a horse race, it's their world. It's the fashion, the carriage procession, the royal box. It's where they've always belonged. But for 2026, the gates are staying shut. A source who actually works at Ascot confirmed the girls have been told they are not welcome this year. No carriage, no box, nothing. And it gets even more savage. Reports are swirling that Prince William himself is calling the shots on this one. He has apparently advised the rest of the family not to be photographed with the York sisters for the rest of the year. Are you for real? Even if they just bought a regular ticket and stood in the crowd, they've been told they can't be seen with their own cousins. I was shocked when I heard Beatrice has been bursting into tears regularly over this. It's not just about a party, it's the total implosion of her world. They've gone from the heart of the royal procession to being treated like social pariahs, all because the palace is terrified that one photo of them next to William or Kate will reignite the Epstein headlines. It is a brutal public demotion, and Beatrice is reportedly taking it the hardest of all. Next up is the big one. The King's official birthday parade trooping the colour. Now, under King Charles, we've already seen the balcony get a lot smaller. He's all about that slimmed-down monarchy, right? But for 2026, it's believed that 2 people are definitely 100% not on the guest list: Beatrice and Eugenie. I was shocked when I heard the reasoning behind this, because by all accounts, King Charles is actually very fond of his nieces. He wants to protect them, but the institution, the firm itself, they are in full-blown damage control mode. The reality is that the monarchy wants to minimize anything that could bring up the Andrew and Epstein scandals. Can you imagine the disaster for the palace if the sisters are standing there on the balcony and instead of focusing on the king's birthday, the cameras are zooming in on them, and the commentators are talking about the 300 times Eugenie's name appeared in the latest Epstein file dump, even if they've done nothing wrong. And to be clear, being named in a file isn't proof of wrongdoing, the perception is everything. The palace believes it's best if Andrew's daughters just stay out of sight. It's a move to change the focus completely, but at what cost to the sisters? They're being treated like a PR liability at their own uncle's birthday party. Next on the list is the Chelsea Flower Show, and honestly, this one is just sad. Beatrice and Eugenie are huge fans of this event. They're usually there every year, often supporting charities like Horatio's Garden, but for 2026 they've reportedly been told to stay away. The reason? The palace has basically decided that their presence would cause more harm than good. I was like, are you for real? It's not about the flowers, it's about the cameras. With Andrew's arrest and the new Epstein files showing the sisters actually had lunch with Epstein in Palm Beach back in the day, the palace is terrified of hecklers. Can you imagine them trying to tour a garden while people are shouting questions about their Uncle Jeffrey? The monarchy's new policy is simple. If your face reminds people of a scandal, you're out. It's a brutal calculation that puts PR stability over family tradition. This is where the family dynamic really gets icy. Usually, Prince William calls on his cousins, especially Beatrice and Eugenie, to help him host those massive Buckingham Palace garden parties. It was always a sign of royal unity, but this year, the phone is dead silent. I was shocked when I heard that William is reportedly calling the shots on this exile. He's following the king's lead and has essentially barred them from helping out. It's a huge blow, especially since their other cousins like Zara Tindall and Peter Phillips are still expected to step in. I was literally floored to hear that William has even instructed other royals not to be photographed with the sisters for the rest of the year. He's building a fortress around the working monarchy, and sadly his cousins are on the outside looking in. For Beatrice and Eugenie, being rejected by the future king, their own cousin is the clearest sign yet that the York name is officially toxic at the palace. And finally, we have to talk about Wimbledon. For years, the royal box at SW19 has been a safe space for the York family. Even when things were rocky, you could usually count on seeing Beatrice or Eugenie, and often their mum, Sarah Ferguson, cheering from those front row seats. In fact, just last year in 2025, Sarah made a huge comeback to the royal box for the first time in decades. It felt like they were finally back in the fold. But for 2026, that door has been slammed shut. Because of the 2026 Epstein file leaks and Andrew's recent arrest, the All England Club is reportedly in panic mode about the optics. They don't want the royal box, which is supposed to be about prestige and sport, to become a circus for paparazzi looking for the scandal-ridden Yorks. Neither sister is expected to be invited to the royal box this year. The palace is so desperate to avoid any unfiltered photos of the sisters next to senior royals like the Princess of Wales that they're willing to sacrifice this long-standing tradition. It's a total isolation strategy. For Beatrice and Eugenie, who have always used Wimbledon as a way to show they're still part of the A-list royal circle, being ghosted by the royal box is a massive public signal that their safety net is gone. This one actually hurts because it feels like a personal fracture in the family. We're talking about Princess Catherine's beloved Together at Christmas carol concert. For years, Beatrice and Eugenie were front and center, but the last 2 years, conspicuous by their absence. I was literally floored when I saw Eugenie's Instagram story from the 2025 concert. She posted a photo of the program and wrote, "Wish Bea and I could have been celebrating tonight with our family." Can you imagine? She was literally watching from home while the rest of the royals were inside Westminster Abbey. Now, here's the unfiltered truth for 2026. While Catherine reportedly sent them olive branch invitations in the past, the pressure has changed. Since the massive document dump in January and Andrew's arrest in February, the sisters are walking a tightrope. Sources say they aren't being supported by Buckingham Palace anymore. Even if they get an invite this year, they know their presence would turn a charity event into a media circus. They are essentially being forced to self-exile from their own family's Christmas traditions to avoid overshadowing the Princess of Wales. It's a lonely place to be, and it shows just how far they've fallen from the inner circle. To wrap it all up, we have to look at the biggest event of them all, Christmas Day at Sandringham. Now, if you remember 2025, it was a total shocker. Beatrice and Eugenie were welcomed by King Charles and Queen Camilla with open arms. They were cocooned by the family, smiling and looking in high spirits despite everything. It felt like the king was sending a message that the daughters were safe, even if the parents were out. But fast forward to now, March 2026. Everything has changed. With the January release of 3 million DOJ files and Andrew's actual arrest and 11-hour interrogation in February, that unity has evaporated. The reality is, their presence is no longer a symbol of continuity. It's a reminder of a criminal investigation. As Andrew remains released under investigation for misconduct in public office, the palace cannot risk a single photo of the sisters walking to church. They've gone from being surprises in 2025 to being liabilities in 2026. It's the final, coldest exile. They've done nothing wrong, but in the eyes of the firm, the York name is now a fire that needs to be put out. So, what do you think? Is it fair for the King and Prince William to completely erase Beatrice and Eugenie from the royal calendar just to save face? Or is this the only way to protect the future of the monarchy while Andrew faces these massive legal charges? I want to hear your unfiltered thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, so let's get a debate going. And if you want to stay updated on the 2026 York Purge and the truth behind these 8 major bans, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to BritPoll. We don't do filters, we just do the facts. I'm your name, our voice name, and I'll see you in the next investigation.